What's going on, everyone? If you are watching this means episode 1 of the Become More series is live. Now, before we dive into the content that I have for you, which I'm extremely excited for, I kind of wanted to talk to you guys on a personal level and kind of let you know what's going on. So I did take a break from social media, and I'm back now in full effect. But that time away really allowed me to get a clear idea of kind of what I want and what I'm looking to achieve. And now that I have that in sight, for the next 90 days, I am going all in, mentally, physically, spiritually, everything. I'm going all in, and I'm bringing you guys with me through the good, through the bad, through everything. You guys will be there with me. And because of that, I want to challenge you guys to also give it your all during these 90 days. If you're going to be watching anyways, why don't you hop on and do it as well? So in the comments below, let me know what you're looking to achieve or something that you want to set for yourself within these 90 days, whether it's a raise at your job, whether it's getting a six-pack, whether it's making more money, whatever it is. Let me know what you're doing in the comments. And the idea is to not only inspire you guys as I achieve my goals, but to also create a community where we all support each other. We all support our ideas, our dreams, whatever it is, just really supporting each other and creating that community, a positive community. In a world where there's so much hate and negativity, let's create something positive to where we can help each other and uplift each other. So let me know in the comments, or if you don't feel comfortable, feel free to DM me. Let me know what your goals are as I bring you guys along. I hope you guys can take something from what I'm doing, but maybe you guys can help me out, and maybe we can help each other out and build a great community. With that being said, I'm so excited for this first episode of the Become More series. Sit back, relax, and enjoy, and let's get to work. Day 1. I'm not supposed to be here, but I stopped waiting and put myself in a position to become more. What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 1. Like I said, like I told you guys, you have to be prepared because some opportunities, they don't knock twice. And luckily enough, I was able to have the opportunity to sit down with Christian. He gave me his time, so we're gonna dive into some questions and see what I can do to capitalize while I'm here. So thank you for being a part of this. I really appreciate it.
Let's do it.
So what is one thing that you are most proud of that some people don't give you enough credit for?
I think the thing I'm most proud of is the fact that in my 20s, I truly can say, like sitting here at 32 years old, that I feel like I capitalized on every opportunity I had, which when you're living through it feels like a never-ending sort of window of time where you're just like doing crazy early mornings, really trying to work as much as you can, and you don't really feel the immediate payoff. But I swear by doing it for like a decade is what it took me to really feel like I capitalized on those 20s. I'm able to, now at 32, look back and almost go at a more sustainable pace, but because I really put all my effort in my 20s, right? So it's just like, I'm proud of going so hard for so many years when I needed to.
Right.
And not getting distracted, right?
Which is important because especially in your 20s, you know, everything's going on. You have people partying and going out and you really locked in, which is great. So now someone, let's say like myself, who's 28, right? Who obviously put the time in, but it just didn't necessarily pay off right away.
Yep.
Or in what you were doing maybe wasn't the right thing for the right moment.
Yep.
What advice do you give to someone who's not in their early 20s anymore, but still trying to give it their all?
Absolutely does not matter. It's like, however long it takes, it could be, for some people, they may hit off success in 3 years. Some it might take 10. Some it might take 20. Some it might take 30. Some will literally live their whole life trying, and maybe not hit what they wanted to, but that's okay. I think the main thing is just being sure that you're giving all your effort for as long as it takes and showing up. And it's almost like, I know I said that, but there's not an end. There's no end. Even though I'm kind of a little bit more relaxed now, there's 100% like I'm still waking up every day with the intention of getting better and putting everything I can in everything I do. So I guess it's just nice to have known that the 20s rewarded itself with so much. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you're going to keep grinding until you're 35, 40, 50, whatever it is, just like be sure you're going full effort in on it.
If everything was to end for you tomorrow, right? Let's say
you just decide to move away from everything, or everything just disappeared, like a Thanos snap, or something. What would you hope that someone got from your journey? So like if Christian Guzman ended, right? If everything ended, what would you hope that someone would get from what you accomplished and what you've done in your life?
I just hope that people could see that. I mean, I was a B, some C's, B average student. I wasn't in honors classes. I wasn't good at school. I wasn't good at sports. I wasn't good at anything. And when I found fitness, that was just one thing I was kind of passionate about. So I think everybody can relate that, like, you may not be skilled or like a master at anything, but as long as you find something that you are passionate about, you can make a career from it. Without being like the best physique, or in my instance, like looking at people that had the X factor. I never had the X factor.
Right.
I was just able to show up consistently, be able to pivot quickly when things weren't working, and just not give up on consistency, to be honest.
Right, and that's actually amazing, because from my point of view, I was kind of the same. My upbringing wasn't necessarily the picture perfect upbringing. I won't dive into too details, but I always felt like an outcast, and I kind of relied on food in those moments. You know what I mean? So I got severely overweight. I was like 280 pounds, like pure fat. And then obviously I got into sports kind of in high school, and then I came across your channel, and seeing you have the confidence to kind of put yourself out there, and then the motivational speeches that you would give at the time, really, because my mother left me at like a young age, and I never really had connections with friends or family. It was kind of myself. And I use that as almost like a negative thing, but listening to your motivational speeches and how you talked gave me that courage to understand that as long as I believe in myself, that's really all it takes.
Yeah.
And it's insane, because even recently, or before this interaction, I came across a CG motivational video. It was an old one, like 2017, I believe. Like the swoop neck shirt, like older, right? And it still has that power. And every time I find myself maybe not being as high on motivation, or maybe not as driven, all it takes is that one motivational speech, or to hear you kind of fire it up, you know what I mean? That kind of gets me going, it gets me back, and that's kind of what I want to give to people. So it's crazy that you were able to do that for me, and I'm sure hundreds of thousands of people, and still to this day, even though your content isn't that, it still has that value. Even though it's, some time, it still has value. So I want to thank you for that. That's amazing, and again, that's something that I wish, or I hope, or I know that I will inspire, other people to do as well.
My best advice to be able to do that, and like in your position, would just be when you're feeling it, man, like you're gonna feel the pressure, you're gonna feel the stress, you're gonna feel the exhaustion. That's when you pull the camera out, click record, and just go off on how you're feeling.
Right.
Right, and you just have to have the attitude of like, you're not gonna stop, right? And I think just clicking the camera, clicking record, and just sharing that you're not gonna quit. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm gonna keep on fucking going. Those are the moments where you kind of capture that rawness. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not gonna be when you chat GPT's script to be motivational. That's not gonna come out organically. Anytime I went off on those like rants, it was when something happened in my day or in that week that just like triggered me to need to talk to the camera. So like whenever you feel that urge, just be sure you share it.
For you, if you were an athlete, right, on the outside of Alphalete, with zero following, zero everything, what kind of would you do in today's market to kind of, grab that traction? Yeah, like you were trying to get involved with the brand.
The number one thing would be, don't focus on becoming an athlete, don't focus on becoming an affiliate, focus on building your personal brand, number one. I think far too often people put too much effort in, and rightfully so. I understand that we need to make money from things, and it's very tempting to want to just dive into full-time creator and make a living like that. But the reality is you're probably going to have to balance a job. You're probably going to have to balance some source of income for a solid few amount of years to gain the traction and build a personal brand. So without a strong personal brand, I would say 100% of your attention should go on your personal brand until you have a base in a community of people that are willing to support.
Right.
Because if you start plugging brands in too soon before you have that community, one, it's not going to convert. Two, you're going to start diluting the personal brand. Mm-hmm. So just be sure you don't take too much on before you kind of build that.
Right.
So having the balance of like your stream of income, whatever that may be, to support you, and you do content on the side until you can and you just focus on that, you're going to have to say no to a lot of things at the beginning to build the credibility.
Right.
Once you have the credibility, you can be selective and start working with stuff. But I think that's the best way to approach it. And I know that's not what a lot of people want to hear. A lot of people want to hear, oh, I'm going to go down the creator route. I'm going to do some brand deals and do it like that. I will say, just to give like some hope, when you're creating content and you're being consistent, organically, like tagging a brand or like being sure you're ghost tagging them on stories and like that, getting your face seen by the brand repeatedly is a way to, like, even if you're a small creator, we're working with people that have 10, 15, 20,000 followers. That's a way to get seen by them, not necessarily like be trying to push a code nonstop, but just like get on the radar.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Got you. And it's funny that you mentioned that because I remember I think maybe 2021, right? I got some traction. I went viral for a couple of things and I got a decent following. And I was like, this is it. I quit my jobs. I felt I was like, this is it. I quit my job. I quit everything. I was like, I got it. Like, this is time. And honestly, it obviously that's not the move. Like you said, you need to have
stability.
That stability.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because of that, I took a break from social media. I got discouraged. I was like, yo, like I need to chill. I got that stability. I found a career. I networked with the right people, and now I'm in a stable position.
Yeah.
And it's funny enough because in doing that led me to be here right now. It led me to Texas.
Yeah.
It led me to live here for a certain amount of time, which
100%.
is
You have to have the stability in the sense of an income, and even if you're going viral and stuff, that's great, but going viral doesn't convert, right? So you have to be able to build the following strong enough to then where you can monetize and still have your stable income.
Right. Yeah, I think that's important, and that's kind of what I was doing at the time as well, was focusing too much on going viral instead of just creating genuine content that people will find value from.
Well, you need both, to be honest, right?
Yeah, like
you
in today's
both.
game, right? That's kind of what I was gonna ask you, which kind of leads to the next question is like, so right now in today's market, what kind of content are you looking to receive from your creators? Is it based on the creator, or is there something that you guys are looking for?
Honestly, it's based on the creator. I think when a creator has strong independent content that is helpful to other people, that's the key. Is that person making content that's helpful to their audience? If that person's, I don't know, inspirational kind of content, or if they are helping you, if you're looking for help to change your tire on your car and their content is about, handyman fixes, and you happen to come across a video of them helping you do something, like that's how you start to follow and build community, right? So just being sure, like, whatever niche you have, you're providing value. Like that is what we look for in a brand. Like, are they resonating with their people? And if they are, do they fit within what we're the brand looking for, right?
Right.
So if we're in the fitness space and we see, anything regarding motivation or mental health or fitness, or if you have fitness integrated in your life, we'll want to be a part of that.
Right. Okay. Now this is going to be a kind of a different question. Is there anything that disqualifies someone from working with the brand? No? Okay. Cool. Now, I mean, obviously, when you're looking for an athlete, the value has to be mutual, right? What is something aside from conversion that an athlete can bring for you guys that you guys think you would benefit from?
Effort and content.
Got you.
Yeah. I mean, nowadays, man, things are becoming less and less and less about high-end production photo shoots and video shoots, and they're all about content. And the beauty of where we're at now in the industry, the best performing content is made on a phone, it's made in the comforts of your own home, and it needs to connect with your audience. So, AKA, anybody can make that content that brands are looking for right now.
Got you. So it's more of that organic.
Yeah.
So if you were mentoring someone or a creator, right, from the outside perspective, what kind of structure or game plan do you think you would give them to kind of grow in today's market?
I would say choosing a posting frequency and sticking with it. I think the number one flaw we see is people coming, being consistent for a few weeks and dropping off. I think getting your followers used to the content you're going to be putting out. So if that's going to be 3 posts a week, it's 3 posts a week, it's 5 posts a week, if it's 1 a day. And say if you're going to post 7 times a week, 2 of them are going to be personal, talking to the camera, straight up, like, I guess, community building type of videos. And you can go say 2 of them, right, are going to be instructional fitness videos or whatever your niche is going to be. 2 of them can be carousels being super personal, showing your week. So you're kind of like building out your content in categories, and you're being sure you stay consistent with those categories.
Got you.
But again, there is no perfect. I mean, I'm a big believer of YouTube, and for me, what worked is sharing my personal life, and that's still what I do today. Like, I'm not the Jesse James or Will Tennyson going out and like doing these themed videos. Those are killing it, right? But for me, I have always preferred to just share my life, document my life. I also have a ton of businesses I'm trying, to do my best at. So the videos need to fall within my capacity, right? So it's like, be sure you pick a content style that's going to be sustainable with your life.
Right, like, and it has to be, I think, something you enjoy as well, right? Because I know you enjoy kind of blogging just your day-to-day. Obviously you can try for different styles, but if it's not something you enjoy, you probably won't want to do it or stay consistent with it, right? All right, so, and this is going to be kind of the last one, and you kind of touched base on it, but recently, I know you made adjustments to the team to kind of go back to the original roots, you know what I mean? So for an individual who basically has a story, they have the personality, they stand behind the brand, right? Do you find more value in that than the actual follower count, or is there kind of like it has to be a balance, right?
To be blunt, it's got to be a balance, right? I mean, part of the business relationship, if content is killing it and getting submitted and like things are working, it could work. But the truth is, like, we need to see sales convert at the end of the day. So it is a mixture of both.
Right.
But to get the foot in the door, it's all about content and effort.
Got you. Okay, so obviously within these 90 days, being a part of Alphalete is obviously the dream, but it's not the end goal for me. Within these 90 days, I'm going to go on a prep. I'm going to change physically. I'm going to train mentally. You know what I mean? It's going to be a lot of everything, right? But obviously, because of my placement, being a part of the company or working with you is a part of that, right? What do you think would need to happen in order to get that sort of opportunity or that conversation?
I would say truly giving your all and building your audience over the 90 days, right? Sharing as much as you can, encouraging people to engage with your content, and just thinking of creative ways to continue building your community. At the end of the day, like, don't think about Alphalete sales, think about building your community. And in 90 days, if that works, then things will look pretty good, right?
Right. Okay.
So just don't lose sight on, I think too many times, man, creators and influencers focus on becoming something for a brand. And I think you have to constantly remind yourself, like, you are your brand number one. If you ever like let that slip, people can see it. So just be sure you're putting your followers number one, and you're just trying to give as much value as you can. Don't worry about selling them stuff. And if you do that enough, that will put you in a position to be able to be selective with like the brands you do work with, and it won't feel forced, right? They'll be invested in you, and then everything will fall into place after that.
Perfect. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you for
bro.
your time.
I appreciate
I'll see you in 90 days, and we'll see where
Sounds
things
good.
go.